king of diamonds, all things diamond painting. Square around, I'm glad you are around. Grab your plate, grab your wax, get ready to sit back and relax. Don't see you're single, whatever your niche. Here is your host, a guy named Rich.
I'm busy trying to look like the Bitmoji. Forgot to turn on the camera. Hi, everybody. Welcome on in. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hope everyone is having a good day. I'm having an okay day. We'll get more into that. But it's a beautiful day here in Chicagoland. It is 59 degrees outside. I have the doors and the windows open and the attic fan on and all the good stuff because I've been working. I've been working around the house and I've been hot and I needed some fresh air, and it's just so nice to have fresh air. I don't know how long this is going to last. I haven't checked out the weather situation, but hopefully maybe get at least another day. It's been nice and sunny too. So let's go ahead and see who is joining us here today before I get into any of the main topics. So we have Michelle Lang. Hello. She's working on her diamond painting, Diamond Girl by Maryline something. I will have to look that up. I'm not familiar with that painting, but I'm sure that it is awesome. We have Jaylee Lee. I have something for you. I'll show you in a little bit. Ditzy, hello, Ditzy, moi. That's all I'm saying. Carol, hello. Hi, Carol. Finally made it to her first live. Welcome, Carol. Everybody, welcome, Carol. Hello. Woo. Carol has been a staunch viewer of the replays and has commented, has always wanted to make it and stuff like that. So I am glad that you are here. Michelle Morris Campbell, hello. Have you won anything lately? Because Michelle Morris Campbell wins all the giveaways in any group all the time. At least it seems that way. Let's see. Folks saying hi to everybody. LNL, hello. LNL, welcome in. Brandy, welcome in. Hi, Lenore. Hope all is well. Hope you're feeling okay today. Tammy, oh crap, I'm late. No. I love giving Tammy a hard time. Tammy, you're never late. It's good to have you here. I'm glad that you're here because if you're here, that means that you are awake and you must feel some semblance of good. Not saying perfect, but some semblance of good to get here. Eve says she's late too. That's okay, Eve. Fashionably late. Both of you are fashionably late. Melanie says she's sitting in the ER waiting room. Friend fell down the stairs and broke at least one arm. Ooh. Never a boring day around here. Clearly, and I don't know that I want to be in that sphere of danger around Melanie, but Melanie, thank you for, Melanie was checking up on me today. I needed a quiet weekend, so I've been doing some stuff, keeping to myself. She has checked in to make sure I was doing okay, and I will tell you that a little bit of sweat and physical labor and soreness and whatnot, working on some projects today certainly has helped that out. And then, of course, that theme song, I mean, come on. I think that I should play that theme song for, the nation, and it will bring peace. But I also know that that usually signifies that I'm going to be able to talk to you guys, and I enjoy doing that. Let's see. Well, Melanie, I hope your friend is okay. unfortunately, one broken arm, but hopefully that's it. Um, let's see. Tammy says, yeah, I feel okay, scattered brained, but okay. So that's okay. That's okay. That is where it's at. Jay Lily says, you're such a good friend. Is that to me, like because I'm giving Tammy a hard time, or because Melanie's checking in on me? Um, Sarah Ann says, you are a good friend, Melanie. She is. She's a good egg. What does she call me? She goes, I think you're neato. So I'm going to say, Melanie, I think you're a good egg. Uh, and I want to know when I was transported back to like the 1940s and 1950s for the uh, lingo, because someone a couple weeks ago at work told me I was the bee's knees. And I've heard of that, but I had to look it up because I wanted to know the origin of it. But so I'm Nito, I'm the bee's knees, and Mel is a good egg. How about that? Um, Melanie says your theme song always makes me happy. It really does, and you know what? I'm going to take credit for about this much of that, but um, that really came out well. Artemis, hello, Artemis. Today I caught Artemis's live for the first time, which I think was like 4:30 her time over in Sweden, and it was forget what time it was here, because this time changes completely got me going. I Sammy let me sleep in today, and we slept until 8 o'clock old time, so 9 o'clock new time. I'm gonna tell you, getting up at 9 o'clock is not like me, um, and I just felt like the half the day was gone, and it was amazing. So I was sort of sitting there drinking coffee, grumbling and stuff like that. And I saw someone mentioned that Artemis was on, so I joined her and had a good time. Um, let's see, chat is moving. Um, Sarah Ann, I have no friends that would take me to the ER. Sarah Ann, you know you do. I may not get there in time to like really be helpful, but you may hurt for a while, but someone would get there. Trust me. I don't have anybody like friend wise that really lives around me anymore. So I depend on my neighbor, who's I mean is close to a friend, and I had to call on her one time a number of years ago when I perforated my colon from diverticulitis or something. And I called her, and I told her, I said, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm sorry to bother you. I feel like I'm imposing all this other stuff. But there was one other time that I went to the hospital, and I had called an ambulance because I was having a kidney stone, but I didn't know what I was having. It was my first kidney stone, and I thought I was dying because it feels horrible. So I called an ambulance, and her mother at the time was alive, and she saw the ambulance come. And she, next time I saw her, she goes, "You don't do that again. You call us." So I guess that's my ride. But um, Melanie's such a good friend. Okay, geez, stop it now. Joe Atwood, hello, welcome on in. Nitos and bees knees are way before my time, says Eve. Yes, because you are a cool chick. Would that be more your time? No, you're groovy. Nito? No, not Nito. You're groovy. You're hip. How's that? Chocolate Diamonds. Hi, I caught another live. Fantastic. Welcome on in. Melanie says, I almost called you the bee's knees or neater than slices of bread, but Nito felt right for today. I agree. It did. Stacy Hardy's here. Hello, Stacy. How are you? I think we crossed paths this week with some comments on Facebook and stuff like that with all the crap going on. Brandy says she dances every time you hear the theme song. I know that I'll be singing that for the rest of the day, for sure. How's the drill mess, Chocolate? Uh-oh. Did you drop drills? Did you spill drills? What's going on? Um, Sarah Ann says, thank you for your kind messages to Artemis. Artemis is, she is the bee's knees. And her live this morning was a lot of fun. I'm glad I was able to make it. Eve says, we would all come and take you, Sarah. I mean, look, you actually may be in a better position of having to like try and find someone local, because imagine the Partridge Family bus pulls up. I'm driving. Eve's hanging out the window saying, turn left, turn left. Ditzy and Shay's in the back. Everyone else is in the back. We're coming to pick you up. And then we're going to bring you over to the hospital. I think that would be more embarrassing than anything. So maybe be helpful for that. Hubby would, but he's required to, and that's damn right. Damn right. I really like the image now, though, of all of us in like a Partridge Family bus situation. I'm thinking that may need to be a diamond painting. Who do I contact? Ditzy says, I'd call you an ambulance. Absolutely. I mean, that is helpful. If you're able to, well, you would probably be able to call one yourself at that point. But I mean, that's as helpful as can be. Chocolate Diamonds is in Colorado visiting, so she could take you for the visit. Eve says she would stay on the phone with you. That would be very nice. Tammy says she'd make sure you got to the ER one way or another. So that's another diamond painting. Like I'm thinking community diamond painting images. I just have images. And now think about this. Tammy in a chair, her chair, like hunched forward, going down the interstate. I mean, can you picture it? She would be on the way here to steal my pens. She'd be on the way to Lee's to kick him in the butt or something. I mean, imagine that. That is like a great image. Melanie says, we're the emergency contact for several people who live alone or have dogs, because we have means of flexibility to get anywhere if needed. That's cool. I'll show you what I have now that you mention it, because I'm an obsessed pet parent. So in my wallet, in front of my driver's license, so you come to my wallet to find out who I am. You don't know who I am, but you know that I have a pet who is home alone. And then on the back, it's a little faded, it's very faded, but is my neighbor's contact information, two alternate contact information. Cover up the phone numbers, I guess. I saw these and I had to have them. I got two of them for whatever reason, but I had to have it because I thought, what's going to happen if I pass out somewhere, get in an accident, need to have something. So yeah, I thought that was a neat little thing. I forgot where I got it, but Chocolate Diamond says it's forever to clean them up. The colors were so close. At some point, there's just that time that you just let the vacuum decide, and you get diamonds elsewhere or something. I mean, I've done that a couple times, but Jaylee Lee says kidney stone is worse than having a baby. She knows, and she's had 4 babies and 2 kidney babies both while pregnant. Holy crap! That is what the first time I went to ER in the ambulance, I was so worried that I had like gas or something, and I actually passed out in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. And I've only passed out one other time, and that was with some pains that was like a complication from some abdominal surgery. But the nurse said to me, this is as close as a guy will ever come to having a baby, like experiencing that pain. And it is painful. And the last one I had, I've had several. The last one I had was big. And I had a time frame in which I had to pass it. And if it didn't pass, I'd have to go in to have it removed. And I was not interested in that. So I made it happen. Um, but haven't gotten one recently, thank goodness. Um, just try and keep hydrated for sure. The no one knows. We don't know how mine are formed. There is two different kinds. I think one is caused by uric acid, another is caused by something else. So we've never been able to catch one and analyze it. So don't know what really caused it. But interesting fact. Um, my dad was in the hospital one time and he would have recurrent bladder infections because with Parkinson's you're losing the control of your muscles, and one of the muscles he was losing control of was the ability to completely empty his bladder. So he was constantly getting these UTIs. uh, so they did a whatever scan, and they said, have you ever had like kidney pain? I think like no. He had very large kidney stones lodged, and they'd never moved. And I think I looked up one time, and they are maybe hereditary. I think maybe, so I can blame my dad. But yeah, I really don't. I really don't want one. Uh, Ditzy, Eve is a cool cat. Ooh, I like that because I picture Eve with like the cat eye glasses. Yeah, that's a good one. Eve's a cool cat. Um, let's see. Stacy says she's pretty good. Everyone seems like she's good. It's good. I once had someone greet me with a song. Apparently, there's a song with the name Sarah. Yeah. Sarah, Sarah. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, isn't that Journey? Is it? Or was it the guy from Journey? I don't know. Um, let's see. Artemis is the bomb. I like that. Yep. Sarah Ann, she's appreciative that you would all save me. Now, of course, it would cost you a number of bags. I mean, you know that. Like, once you're better, get to work because we all want a bag. And if it's kidney stone that you're passing, we want clear window kidney stone in clear window as a souvenir. Um, Eve, who knows what I might be hanging out the window? Yeah, you never know. Every time every time I make a video and I go to say something that I'm like, this is not going to sound right, I think of Eve, and I usually say, there you go, Eve. Um, yeah. So let's see, Liz. Hello, working and lurking. That is fine. You would be entertained at the hospital, and people would be like, what the hell is going on in the parking lot with all these people? Um, Artemis, hell, she'll get well real fast if I showed up in today's sundress. Girl, Artemis, she was making it rain. She had some coverage issues. I'm kidding. It was not that bad. I joke. Um, Tammy will be in her chair with sirens and lights, giving the best bus an escort. You know it. You absolutely know it. Brandy, I can see Rich and everyone pulling in a party bus with lights and music going. Absolutely, absolutely. Berta, do I get to flip everyone the moon? Yes. So I'm driving, Eve's hanging out the window, giving directions, and Berta's ass is hanging out the back of the bus. That would be perfect. That would sum it up. That is a diamond painting. I don't. I'm telling you. Carol, hello from South Texas. Hello. Melanie, Tammy needs a siren and lights. Please don't give her any ideas. Ditzy, although she's getting a new chair, maybe she can get an add-on. Ditzy says, I am Rich's emergency contact. Yes. So in my phone, Ditzy is the only other Schneider listed. So even though I have an in case of emergency person, if you don't, look at that for a way and think, oh, wait, let's find last name. Maybe there's a wife or whatever. They're going to call Ditzy. So I told her, don't unplug me. Like, get it, I don't know. She said she'd take care of me. Actually, she said she got creepy and said she would take care of me a la Kathy Bates in Misery. And I asked her, please at least don't do the hobbling of the ankles. And then she made it very well known that if I'm laying there not paying rent, not paying for groceries, all this other stuff, that she gets to do whatever she wants. So if I ever go missing and they find my car, I fell off the side of a hill or something, please go check Ditsy and Paul's house and make sure that I'm not being held captive. Let's see. Melanie says she has that pet card. Give it to all of her clients. That's amazing. I never even thought of that. And when I saw it, I think I was looking for those stickers that you put on your door, that I put on like the front door and the back door that says, I have firemen, I have pets, and you're able to put down 1 dog, 14 cats, whatever. And I think I saw it at the same time. I thought, I need that. I need to have that. Tammy says you need to have that for Riley. Although you have, like, your sister, your mom, or somebody would know that Riley's home alone and go get him. You know, I don't know. I don't have that family member to be like, oh, let me run over and get the dog or something like that. I mean, eventually my neighbor would, but I just thought let's just skip all of that and get him taken care of, because I have had the conversation with Sammy that if I were to drop dead in the house, no one's going to know until my neighbor smells something, to be honest. I have given him permission because he is very food motivated. I said, if you could please leave my face alone, start on the butt. Start on the butt and make sure that you're fed and you're well, but leave my face alone. And he gave me his paws up. Hi, Carol. A lot of folk in Texas diamond paint. Welcome to the party. This is Artemis. Yeah, there are seems to be, well, actually, no, I'm just gonna say Texas seems to be like this epicenter for diamond painting. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because it's so big that there's so many people there, but it's like so many people in the diamond painting community are from Texas. It's amazing. Carol says she needs to get one. It's a good idea. Yes, it is. It is a good idea. Brandy True, is pet insurance worth it? I'm debating on getting it for my dog. That is a good question, and I'm sure that Melanie could, or any pet owner could weigh on this as well. I will tell you, I do have pet insurance for Sammy because my thought was I never want to get to a point where the cost of care is going to have to me to make a horrific decision, right? And the insurance we have is through Nationwide. It's expensive, but I'm also not the greatest, like, oh, let me save up for the potential emergency type person. So it has, through all of his health issues, it has covered a number of the tests and procedures to get a diagnosis. He had surgery to move a bump one time. It covered that. It has covered everything except for his routine checkups and then like the follow-ups to for the additional doctors. So, you know, got to decide. Like, I know people who say, no, I just save money and have it in case they need it. I will tell you what is extremely helpful is the Care Credit card. I think it's offered through Synchrony or something like that, but Care Credit, look for Care Credit. Your vet may advertise it as well. So it's a credit card that can be used for anything health related for you, family, I believe, and pets. It can be used at the vet. And that has come in helpful several times when I go for a routine checkup with Sammy after his diagnosis here. And they're like, oh, we want to do this entire battery of tests this time. Oh, okay. You're able to charge 12 months interest free. There's a couple different ways to charge it and stuff like that. But that is very helpful. And I know I recommended that to Berta as well when she was having issues or still having issues with Simba. But so that could be helpful as well if you just want to make sure that you have some type of uh, um, cushion. And it's nice because I can go in, take Sammy in, put something on there, and pay it off within a week or two. Maybe it was just before payday or something like that. So, or I don't need to like take money out of savings because I got to move it from bank to credit union and blah 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 blah. So perhaps Jay Lily, I was in the ER very loudly asking God to help me with your kidney stone. Yeah, the was it the and the thing is, every time you get a kidney stone, the direction is go to the emergency room because they need to make sure that it's passing, and that if it does pass, that your kidney function has not deteriorated. So the instruction is every time you have one, you have to go to the emergency room. At least that's what I've been told. The Probably not the last time I was in, but the second to last time I was in, I had a coworker drive me to the hospital. She was telling me I was pacing because it's the only way I could feel comfortable. And she's like, "You have to sit down. You're pale as a ghost. You're gonna pass out." And she got me sitting. They took me in. They bring me into the room, and the nurse comes in and she says, "Okay, get into the gown, blah 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 blah, and the doctor will be with you in a couple minutes." I said, "Can I please get something for the pain?" She goes, "No, not until the doctor sees you." I'm like, "Okay, I get it. That some people sometimes come into hospitals looking for medication for nefarious reasons, but I'm clearly going through something here. So can you just go hit them up and say, hey, I'm going to give, room 4 a little something, something uh, until you get in there?" And she goes, "No, I can't give it to you." I said, "Okay." I said, "Can you please pass me the wastebasket?" She passed me a wastebasket. I puked in it because it was so much pain. And she's like, "Okay, let me go get the doctor. Thank you." Artemis says she thinks that pet insurance is worth it. Um, just check the terms. Yes, very much check the terms. Uh, Jay Lily says hers was calcium, not spurs. Yeah, yeah, and this calcium. So it's either calcium or uric acid. And I said I don't drink milk. Um, I don't like milk. Plus, I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't do a lot of dairy and stuff like that. And I certainly am not gnawing on, calcium-rich greens and stuff like that every single day. Um, so we were leaning towards uric acid, but we never got to tell what that is. Uh, Eve says I have some red cat glasses from about 2010. I don't know. I don't know. You could probably uh, rock that. uh, Ditsy, Hall and Oates. Did they have a song called Sarah? I I'm not hearing. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Um, the Sarah I was singing was Starship. Thank you, Jay Lily. Yes, I'm sure there's other songs, but the one I'm thinking of, that's yes. Um, can you see a bus in a Richard Lorenz style? Yeah, with like dragons running, petrified. Get me the hell out of here. Uh, Tammy says, "Come on, Mel. My new chair will have headlights. She's gonna have headlights, and she'll add another one with a siren on my headrest." Yeah, um, you know, uh, Tammy has told me a little bit about her quest for a new chair. She's due for a new chair, and the stuff that goes on, and the way things that these chairs have, and that the things that they have to really help her out and other people who have chairs like this. And that's just absolutely amazing. So I'm glad that you have that. Let's see. If you dropped it at home, we now know to suspect Sammy first, right? That's why I very seldom do I feed him late. Even when, like, if I'm going out to dinner, or like when I was going to school and I had to go down to the city at night, um, I would feed him early because I knew that if I fed him, waited till I got home, he would not be having that whatsoever. Um, let's see. Need one of those helmets with the fire engine type light for TAMs. Absolutely. Michelle Lang, I'm from Texas. See, everybody, there's so many people from Texas. Melanie says her dogs are definitely insured. Joe says she has care credit. That's been helpful to me. Melanie says she has True Panion and 2 care credit cards, and they've been literal lifesavers. Yeah, um, I've seen True Panion. That is very heavily advertised at one of the vets that I go to. So I'm assuming that it's something that's reasonable and credible. Sarah Ann says she's never had pet insurance. I've never had a pet insurance until Sammy. And but he's my first pet that's mine. We had family dogs, um, and yeah, I don't think I would not do it again. Um, a guy and his brother made an alarm that flashes to find the pet's safe space in the smoke, and they're both firefighters. That is amazing. They've come up with ways to decrease pet deaths. It's amazing, Brandy. Thank you for sharing that. I know that um, I recently saw, and quite common, you hear about fires somewhere, and they're like, the family got out and the pets got out, and I'm like, okay, good. The pets got out, we're good. And they show these firefighters sometimes giving oxygen to the cats or the dogs or whatever, and that's just amazing, because they don't know what the hell's going on. You're a person at least goes, ooh, fire, hot, bad, get out, um, whereas a dog or a cat or any animal doesn't know that. Speaking of pets, did everybody see uh, Diamonds in the Rough event for April? I believe it is. Ditsy's Diamond Den and Kupakai Arts. Their vendors are starting to release the stuff for Diamonds in the Rough. And I'm going to tell you, I ran to Tracy's DP World and ordered several of the corn chip scented putty in the shape of paws because dog paws smell like Fritos, right? So I ran to get that, ran. And I cannot wait for them to come in. So go check out, if you're in the group, go check out the group. Or if you're not, go over there and check out some of the stuff from the sponsors that they have. The sponsors are just knocking it out of the park. Carol says, I've seen many people post in D-Stash groups selling their paintings for pet emergencies and surgeries. Yes. Um, yes, I have seen that as well. Speaking of, while you're giving me the idea, speaking of D-Stashes, stay tuned. Speaking of Diamonds is going to have a joint D-Stash auction with Tammy, paintings and maybe accessories or whatnot. We're getting stuff together from Tammy, me, and Berta. So Berta may have some gems out there. So stay tuned. We're in the process of putting it together and going through our stash. That's what I did today. As I went through my stash, and it's absolutely embarrassing how many diamond paintings I have. Like I had to get another 5. It's a shelving unit, and there's 5 shelves on it. I had to get a new one, and it's too much. Melanie, hello. Just found out her cat is diabetic. First visit was 320. Poor baby needs insulin, 2 shots a day. Oh, but that is manageable for a good part of time. So I'm sorry that sucks. I know, I've thought about that with Sammy. I would still totally do it. But uh, yeah, pets, they're expensive. It's expensive to have pets. Um, Brandy's going to look into it for her dog Hazel. I love the name Hazel. That is great. Now who's so behind the chat? Me. Um, clearly. Let's see. Try a new chair. Yeah, Berta. Tammy would be running through. Tammy would be doing the Kool-Aid Man, bursting through walls and stuff like that. Sarah Ann, I wanted to sponsor an event so bad. I'm sure you did, but I know you're busy, so that's okay. Uh, there's next year. You got to take care of yourself first. Stacy, she's got her canvas picked out and got some stuff from vendors. I think I found my canvas today because I was going through my stash, and I was like, oh, I think I could use this as a canvas. Melanie is on the way to buy paw putty now. Yes, go get it. French nut, thank God for care credit. Okay, we tried everything to save our family dog. $7,500, still had to put him down. Yeah, that's just something. It's something. Tammy's going through her stash this week. Yep. Berta's actually sending me her D-stash items because being more centrally located, we thought maybe shipping would be faster and cheaper from me. So she's sending, and plus I think it was established yesterday or the day before that I'm Berta's bitch. So that sounds about right, Berta. Miss Berta, I will get your paintings set up and everything. All right, so I've caught up on the chat. So let's talk about. So I did. I've been going through my stash, and I have been doing a couple things. So like many of us, I started off with the unlicensed art from various places, stuff like that, not knowing any better. And I still had a lot of that. So I boxed all of that up. And actually, Berta's sending me some. Damn right, sir. And I'm going to go through Berta's stash. And if there's something good, it's mine. It's mine. And I wish I would say, oh, I'm kidding. No, I'm not. I'm totally going to do that. But so I boxed all that up. I'm going to get Berta's stuff. I'm going to add to it. And I'm shipping it down to Stacy Travis, Lady Lathe Creations. She goes every other week. She goes to a place that is a program for, I think I read that it's people getting out of prison and stuff like that, reacclimating. But she had brought them some diamond paintings and they absolutely love it. So I'm going to ship them down to her and let her bring them to this program because they're perfectly good diamond painting. There's not a lot of, I don't think there's anything in it that is like horribly stolen art or anything or blatant stolen art. But it's just that I don't feel that I'm educated now, and these people getting into it, they can start, they can practice, they can do whatever. So they're going to get that. Melanie says you could donate some diamond paintings for a program. She would love to have it, and she is always so appreciative. I checked with her. So you still doing this? She goes, yeah. She goes, oh my gosh, I'm going to give you a pen. I'm like, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. She was like, I'm going to give you a free pen. I'm like, no, I'll pay for it because you do good work. She does good work. And her and her group of women that, I think it's Nikki who does the t-shirts for events. I think she does resin as well. You got another pen turner. There's a couple of them. They do some really great work too. So I was going through that, getting that together. I still have so I have a smaller rack, 3 shelves, that the entire center rack is stuff that I still need to go through and see, like they're generic boxes from companies I didn't recognize. So I want to go through them and see what they are, check to see if the company is a reputable company, etc., which was a good thing because I actually found, I guess, I don't know, maybe there was like a box change or something from a reputable company. I'm like, oh, this is that company? Okay, it's a totally different box. So I put it up on the shelf. But I have that, and then I have the entire top shelf of that shelving unit are things that I'm getting ready to destash. I will tell you that my stuff is going to be a lot of rounds because I don't like rounds. It's got to be something I really, 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 really like the image for. Um, and yeah, there's no other really rhyme or reason there. Um, but yeah, so I was going through that. So I got everything put up now onto the shelving units. Um, I You know what? It was more out of control than the actual diamond paintings, where the boxes the diamond paintings come in, like the external shipping boxes. Because number one, I'm of that age that if you get a good box, you got to keep the good box. But also, I know that I want to do some. I want to destash some items. So I'm like, I got to keep this for my destash. I got to keep this for my destash. Well, I'm not going to be destashing that many. I'm not going to be destashing my entire stash, so I don't need 3,000 boxes. So I broke all those down and stacked them up, and have a big box full of those pillows, air pillows to pack things up and stuff like that. So yeah. Um, you said she loves that the Diamond Painters are going to a reentry program. Uh, when those programs refer the participants as returning citizens. Yeah. And Michelle says unlicensed kids to the women's shelter. Yes, I was looking at the women's shelter. There's one not too far from me, and I couldn't uh, find like someone's contact information to be like, would you even use this? So I know Stacy did it. I'm gonna send it to her because she does that. Melanie, my stash exceeds my life expectancy, and many uh, I don't like anymore because my tastes have changed. Right. So that's what I'm going through. My tastes have changed, but seeing my embarrassingly large stash today also made me feel very comfortable in the fact that I know, regardless of what happens in the universe, professionally, whatever, I have enough diamond paintings. I can hunker down in the house and do nothing but diamond paint. That is comforting because who knows? Who knows when I'm going to need to do that? So, uh, but yeah, so I did that, and that was just a big mess. Sammy kept coming and looking at me like, "What the hell are you doing?" But I'm glad I did it. Now I just want to go through and um, categorize like shelf A, shelf B, and put it into my spreadsheet so I know where to find these paintings. But yeah, did that, and that was really what I was working on today. And then I was so sweaty and everything. I took a shower for y'all. I put on a fresh shirt. I put on some cologne. Uh, yeah, we got a date here. Okay, we got a date situation. Uh, Eva saying she knows that some people went through drug treatment of giving diamond paintings. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. Chocolate diamonds, yes, please don't forget the thumbs up. Uh, I love to do rounds and do unlicensed just because of the craft. Yeah, and I get that, and some people that's what they have access to, and that's what they're going to do. And I rather someone do the craft and get the mental health benefits from it than not do the craft just because of a licensing issue. Um, I actually recently I talked a little bit about this. Did I talk about this in my whip and chat very early this morning because I couldn't sleep last night? I um, Diamond Kisses XO has the 100 by 500 diamond painting, largest that she's made. Um, so I've been obsessed, and it was out of stock, and I don't really like the image, but she designed the image. It's all in up and up. Um, I found a 100 by 300. So just to be clear, 300 centimeters is 10 feet. This thing is bigger than me. I am. And someone said, I was telling somebody, they go, are you going to do an unboxing? And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out where the hell to do it. I can't do it outside because it's too muddy. Like really, that's really what I'm going to roll it down the driveway. Probably. I don't know. I don't know where to do this. I'm going to have to clear out the living room, move the coffee table and stuff like that, and maybe do it that way. But it is most likely not a licensed image. But I had this discussion with Tammy. I said, you know, if you're going to go unlicensed, do you go like big? Like, do you go to Disney because Disney's so big and whoever designed the image is probably on the payroll of Disney, so it's not like you're taking money out of the mouth of independent artist. I went the opposite route. Is it's a map, and last time I checked, there's not a lot of intellectual property going on with the map. It's a map of the world. It is stylized a little bit, but I'm pretty confident that I'm not gonna. And I did reverse images and stuff like that. I didn't see anything like it, so I'm happy to have this, but I'm excited to get into it. 799 bags of drills. The bag of drills itself is as big as the painting is wide, so it's 100 centimeters wide. And there's how many AB? I was talking about this the other night. 185 bags of 310. Tammy says, we can't smell you, right? Well, it's your loss because I smell really good. Okay. Um, Berta, Dakota, thought you figured out. Yes, I already know the answer. I don't know what we're talking about there. I'm a great hand talker. Are you Italian? I am Italian. Yes, and don't ever tie my hands behind my back because I can't do it. The name is German. My father was German and English. My mother was first generation out of Italy. And so, yes, I'm very. My dad used to periodically come in and find him crying because he said that you walk just like your mother, or you said that and you sounded just like your mother, and all this other stuff. And the weirdness is that my mom passed when I was like 3 years old. So I don't know any of that stuff, but I definitely look like my dad, but I'm a little bit darker complexion than he was, and definitely take on to or go to the Italian side a little bit more than my German roots. Brandy says, trying a second attempt with squares on my Reagan canvas. I'm liking it so far. Yeah, more kits and squares. Squares are easier than rounds. I'm telling you, no one gives squares the credit that is due. You can make the squares make the lines straight. You can't really do that with rounds. They're so much easier in my opinion. Jay Lily says, Rich has the hands of a 20-year-old. Yes, she in my whip-in chat, she says your hands look so young. We hand model. I said, well, good. I'm glad part of me looks young because nothing else does. Melanie says I'm Italian and German too. Melanie, okay, so Melanie, brother from another mother. Oh my God, I was thinking about this. Melanie and I, we have maybe the same brain, but definitely the same sense of humor. And we can be on like a group chat, and you know, there'll be 10, 9, 10, 12 people on the screen. And someone will say something, and all I got to do is find her little square. And I look at her, and she's looking at me, and we both just go, it's like we're there. We are there. Same wavelength. So yeah, that's funny because I was just thinking of that earlier. I'm like, I'm gonna have to tell her that. Are they soft like fresh baked bread? I mean, yeah, I guess they're pretty soft. I don't know. Artemis, come and hold my hands. Tell me. Jay Lee says 71. 71, yes. Chocolate Diamond says she started with rounds, was intimidated by squares, but now prefers squares. I truly do believe. I think they are easier, and I think they get a horrible rap for being more difficult because, like I said, you can line them up next to each other and use them to straighten up the rest of the lines. Melanie's laughing, knowing exactly what you're thinking. I know, because I seriously, we do. So I got a couple things I didn't talk about in my weapon chat that I wanted to share with you guys. believe this is, Eve, is this the, uh, it's not the Berta boat, it's the Simba boat, but this is from Pucky Pie Pours. And I love this blue gold situation here. I love this. Kathy made this for me, and I love it. But I'm going to have to say this takes the cake. I believe this is the Berta boat. Look at this thing. Look at it. Look at the beauty that is the Berta boat. I mean, this is truly a work of art. And the minute I got it, I took it to where I have a counter by my front door, put it on there for keys, wallet, stuff like that. Because that's what I'm going to use it as, because this is not going to sit, you know, in my office and get dusty or something. It's got to be out where people can see it. This is beautiful. So I got those two items. I also got Wicked, oh, wicked. No one mourns the wicked. I got a wicked tray, signifying Glinda and Elphaba, and I'm totally looking forward to using this for Oz and Og for sure, but definitely when the second movie comes out too. So grabbed one of these, very, very demure, very respectful, and then Eve and Kathy named this the Professor tray. So I have my own tray. Look at. She said what did she say? This one was just screaming your name, enjoy, from Eve and Kathy. So I got my own custom colored tray, which ironically, I mean, sort of fits here, right? So good choice. But yes, my Professor tray. Very excited to have that as well. Again, yes, it's Pucky Pie Pours, even Kathy's company. If someone could drop a link to the Facebook group, they don't have a store or anything, but they will do drop in Facebook, and Eve will take care of you. She does all the business for Kathy. Kathy's the brainchild behind all of the design. But I also got two other things that I wanted to share. So Angel Lee Rose, our friend from Eve, says they're going to be doing a drop soon. So many reorders on the Berta and Simba boats. They're really cool. So go get into part of that group so you can see when the new chat comes in. But our friend over in the UK, Angel Lee Rose, she was doing a de-stash, and she was de-stashing some pens. And the pen whore that I am, I needed to get some of them. So she sent me over, I purchased two of these pens. So this one, look at how cool this is. Let me turn this light off. See that in the center? I don't know what that is. I don't know how it's done. But so the ends are either pine, I think they're pine cones or those pods. I think they're pine cones though, but there's pine cones, and then this thing in the center that just sort of looks like, you know, the DNA ribbon or something like that. I just thought this was different and cool, so I'm going to get that one. Then this one, so it looks to have a copper like center core, and I don't know. I have to ask. I have to ask Angel. She knows. It looks like abalone. Looks like little pieces of abalone, and I am a sucker for real abalone. So I had to have this one as well. So I had so I purchased those, and I had sent Angel over some little pieces of alien putty for her to try, because she had asked me. She goes, "Could you maybe, you know, if she bought it, well, I would buy it for her and ship it. It would probably be cheaper than what they were shipping it for, stuff like that." So I says, "Well, why don't I send you like a couple varieties so you could try it. So I made her a little care package. I sent it off. And she was like, how much do I owe you? I go, you don't. I said, but with the pen, send me some UK putties because I don't, I typically don't order from the UK because of shipping, right? So she sent me over 4 putties. So Abby's Diamond Putty, Black Raspberry and Vanilla. Looking forward to trying that one. That sounds very good. Then we have Diamond Painting Putty by Cat, a lemon buttercream. Hello, that sounds delicious. Um, then Kay's Cup of Putty, chocolate treat, and this one I'm sure that they've sold to Paul and Ditzy before because the first instruction is do not eat, do not lick, do not eat, no mouth with no putty in the mouth. And then this one, so hold this up here. I couldn't make out what the name of the shop was, and I didn't know if that was like Titty Studios or what. I couldn't make it out. So I Googled, and it's like It's These Studio. The lady's name is Teresa, so I think it's like just a These, Thes is what it's supposed to be. But I have bubblegum scented putty, and all 4 of these are shops on Etsy in the UK. One of them, maybe this one, was from Finland, I think. So over in Europe. So I thought that was a nice fair trade, and I was exciting to get that this week. So yeah, so that and my 100 by 300 diamond painting, those were my big arrivals this week, and I was pretty excited to get that. So I had several videos ready to go to auto launch on the page, and I had to kibosh them. I think there was 3 that were unboxings from Art and Soul. Yes, they were unboxings from Art and Soul, and I didn't think it would be quite fair to say, look at this great canvas, it's amazing, and by the way, you can't get it. So I decided not to. I got rid of those. And then the 4th one was when I do like unboxings, I need a bigger space, so I go out to the dining room, big picture window. The sun came out in the middle of it, and I just didn't realize how bad that washed out the entire thing. So I have decided that I like this YouTube thing. So I purchased a lighting thing, like a diffused lighting stand thing, and I am waiting on a real vlogging camera to come in. So I spent some coin to try and get a better product that I can be proud of, and you guys can hopefully see all of the goodies. Ditzy did remind me, yes, Ditzy, this was more of a more of a personal uh, uh, gift, but I got Ditzy's membership. If you join her membership through YouTube, maybe even Patreon, she gives you presents periodically. So I got Moose Munch premium popcorn from Harry and David. This is the dark chocolate. You can see that I have attacked it. I also got a milk chocolate, and I got some trays. This was a tray. I believe this was the tray I won at one of her auctions. And I always am in the search for big trays. And then knowing that Ditzy's favorite trays are Yellow Dog Designs, I'm not surprised to see that I also got a Yellow Dog Designs tray, which I love Yellow Dog as well. Here's the Yellow Dog tray that I currently am using. It's the same size and everything. It's just the single because I'm working on this piece, Daily Lee's piece of the Kerminator is what I'm calling it. and it's quite confetti heavy, so this is coming in handy, and I'm using it in conjunction with my Inferno Nano. Which brings me to one other purchase that I got this week, and I showed these on my whip and chat, but I think it's so ingenious. I want to share it with you guys as well in case you didn't see it. These cover papers that keep track of the days, the number of days that you work on a piece. And I just thought this was pretty cool. It comes in 3 different sizes. I put the link in the whip and chat, so go see the whip and chat. I need the views, please. My channel has exploded in terms of subscribers. I'm at like 960 subscribers, and that happened from two uh, two two videos: the ePen video and the video about AI. They got like 1,000 plus reviews or views. So somehow they hit the algorithm. They went, people shared them, what have you. If you guys shared them, thank you. So I have a lot of subscribers, but my like watches are low. So I'm trying to even that out a little bit. But I thought these were ingenious. And Jay Lee, just so you know, so I'm working on the Kerminator here, which is a buffed up Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy. And I know Jay Lee is going to want this for her bedroom. So I wanted to make part of it glow for her, glow in the dark. So I thought Kermit has a loincloth on. So I'm going to make the loincloth glow in the dark. They don't make a lot of colors in glow in the dark, and like brown is probably not a big glow in the dark color, because why do we need glow in the dark poop or whatever, right? So I couldn't find drills of the appropriate color that glow in the dark. So never fear, I'm ingenious. I have a good idea once in a while. So I got some glow in the dark sealant. It's a glue, sealer, and finisher. So I'm going to paint, I'm going to use the normal drills. I'm going to paint this over it. Won't change the color, but it will glow in the dark. And Eve, yes, glowing loincloth, perfect for Junkathon. I may need to get another custom of Kerminator then. Junkathon, Paul's was working on Aquaman. I think it was Aquaman, and the junk area is very prominent in this picture, and he was sort of working around it. And I said, we need to have an event called Junkathon, and where Paul can put the diamonds on his junk. Melanie, loincloth that glows with her initials. Yes, I was thinking of Miss Piggy may have like some, what are they called? Pasties. Ditzy says, I want glow in the dark poop. Nice. Eve would make a cat's butthole, or no, that's you guys. There would be a glowing cat butthole, which also Eve would do as well, I'm sure. Brandy, we have 3 baby eagles that hatched this month. Oh, that is good news. Yeah, it's that time of year, isn't it? Usually there's a eagle camp southwest of here along the Illinois River. There's an area that they usually have some nests going. Artemis, I'd have nightmares about a glow in the dark frog banana hammock. Frog banana hammock. That's like a good name for something. We need to find something to call a frog banana hammock. I like that. But so never fear, glow in the dark is here. Artemis, Kerminator has a whole fruit bowl. This picture is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Let's see. Berta, jelly beans. Is waiting. I kind of think he's stalling. Jelly beans. Oh, they're over there. So I did get this week. Okay, I forgot another thing. So the ladies who were at the retreat, the No Frills retreat. I was supposed to go down there to see them on Sunday and Monday. I wasn't able to make it. So I got a care package of lots of things, but there was a nice box of Bucky's fudge. Bucky's, the gas station, I guess, that is like incredible, has like a bunch of, like a whole grocery store, whole department store inside of it or whatever. Got some fudge. I got some beef jerky. I got some beaver nuggets. Those are good. Uh, Beaver nuggets, very delicious. And I also got some Bertie Bott's beans. And if any of you recall from Paul and Ditsy's live, Melanie had sent some Bertie Bott's beans, which are jelly beans that the real flavor, they're, I forget the name of the manufacturer now, but the real flavor is like pear. Well, there's another one that looks exactly like it, but it's booger or it's vomit. There's a burning rubber one that was particularly foul. That from the look on Ditsy's face for sure. So I got a set of Bertie Bott's beans. So I forgot those today, but I will have those in a future uh, live. As I talk, I'll be munching on them, and you can see me vomit or something. I don't know. Carol, I have Aquaman. Bought it because there aren't many paintings with males in the image. It's true. There needs to be more paintings like that. I recently got the Black Panther that came back in stock, and I don't know what. I really like that movie, but it's just a cool character. But that something about that painting too. So I'm very excited. Artemis says some of these companies have whole entire sexy men diamond paintings. Yes, they do. No, no banana hammocks in sight, just bananas. Check out Etsy. Etsy, I think Pam Diamond Paintings has like an adult section. Not that I know that, but yeah, there's a couple companies out there. Bean Boozled, that's the name of the beans. Brandy, Artemis, the big baby bear bear baby eaglets are big news on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen more about eagle cans. They usually at least show it on a news story or something like that. Melanie has Captain America in a mystery box if anyone wants his junk. I got Superman junk that I'm going to be destashing, and Scooby-Doo junk. I mean, if you liked that book we read for book club, Bride, maybe you want to paint some Scooby-Doo junk. I don't know. I'm probably going to destash those too. By the way, book club, the selection for this month, Fourth Wing. I am making my way through this currently. This is a very well reviewed book in the fantasy genre, which was what March's theme is. And so far, I'm listening. A number of us do this book club. If you're interested in book club, make your way over to Ditsy's Diamond Den community Discord. If you don't know Discord, certainly someone can help you. I can help you. Ditsy can help you. Just let anybody know. They'll get you in touch with someone who can help with Discord. It's not hard. It's just different. But we usually listen to audiobooks. So we said, let's do a book club. While we're Diamond Painting, we listen to audiobooks. So I'm going to tell you, if you haven't started this yet, or if you want to join, there's plenty of time. We don't meet until the around the first weekend of April, first or second week of April. There are two versions of the audiobook available on Audible, at least. There's the one where it's just the narrator talking, and then there's one that's like a dramatized version. And my problem with audiobooks is normally especially if I'm doing something else with it, I don't retain as much. This thing has got my attention. Plus, I mean, it's a really good story, but just the extra sounds and the caricatures and the different cast, it has a whole cast of people. Um, very interesting. But if you head over, the next 3 months of books are up as well. So get to the library, get them reserved in the library, or get them reserved on your uh, uh, whatever apps you use for books, audiobooks and stuff like that. But we have mystery coming up. We have a movie crossover night, which is we're going to read the book that was made into a movie and then watch the movie. And then thriller, I think was thriller or suspense. So some very high octane reads for the summer. But yeah, give a little um, get a little plug for the book club there. Did you also post part two, Bride? Yes, Jay Lily, part two. That Bride book does have a part two coming out in October. So maybe we'll revisit that. I don't know. Ditzy says she's in book two already. That's why she's been ignoring messages. It is really good. Um, so far, I'm not super far into it, but I'm really enjoying it. I've read all three Fourth Wing books and loved Bride too, says Joe. Joe says her daughter got both versions. Okay. Jaylee Mel, you want to read more about the wolf? Yeah, I think she does. She has a crush on him. What's the Captain America one you're talking about, Melanie? I might be interested, says Michelle Lang. Michelle wants some Captain America junk. Go ahead and hook up and talk about the junk exchange. Artemis says that sounds fun. Captain America's junk or book club? Don't know. Either way, good for you. Enjoy. Uh, yes, says Melanie to the wolf comment, I'm sure. I share the Discord with the Amazing Rich Book Club. It's his baby, though. It's not my baby. It's just something I run. But it's in Ditsy's Discord. So head on over there. It's a great place just to hang out, too. Fourth Wing is awesome. Melanie saying message her. So Michelle messaged Melanie for the junk exchange. Book club, Artemis says, come on. We usually meet. The meetings are usually on a Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Time. So I think that is like 4:30 because it was about the time that you were live today that we would be meeting, I think. So I don't have the Central European time exchange fresh in my mind, but we usually do 11 a.m. on the first or second Saturday of the month. Tammy, are you reading? Jay Lily, she's already read Fourth Wing, and she's rubbing that in every single time I talk to her. Eve, Junk Exchange, yes, Junk Exchange. Savannah, 3G event. Oh yes. Did we talk? Yeah, we talked about this last week. I am researching. What did we come up with? Glitter, Ghost, and Ghouls. Diamond painting event in Savannah, Georgia. Who knows? Melanie says, I'm usually in bed for book club. She is. Actually, was it this week? This week there was a live. It was the first time I think I saw Melanie not in bed. It's okay. How do I do that, Melanie? You can, I don't know, exchange emails or something. Maybe through Facebook. I don't know if you're on Facebook. You guys will figure that out for sure. Tammy's leading the group in April. Yes, Jay Lee. I get the month off. Eve says I'm there if there's an event in Savannah. Doesn't that sound cool? Like maybe throw in like a ghost tour. Throw in like a trip to Tybee Island, which is like what's the South Carolina island? Hilton Head, but less. I don't know what word I'm trying to say. Less frou-frou, I guess. I don't know. Maybe hang out with Paula Dean. She lives on Wellington Island there, which is right right in between Savannah and Tybee Island. So hang out with Paula Dean. Definitely, maybe even go to her restaurant, which I'm going to tell you. Went to her restaurant, and I have never been so full in my life. And we walked to one of the every intersection basically has like some type of park, square, fountain, something in the center of it. And I just sat there and I'm like, I cannot move. Because that was some good food. Eve, preferably not in hot, humid summer. True. Uh, less Artemis. Artemis, I am 6 years old and I find stuff like that way too funny. I'm trying to say that Tybee Island is less fancy, less frou-frou than Hilton Head. She says less head. Yeah. Lee's not here, so you have to replace him. Yeah, right. Making up for him. Uh, I missed it. What Rich doing in April? April. Ditzy. April. What am I doing in April? Diamonds in the Rough? The book? Was it the mystery book? I forget the name of it. Um, Melanie Artist has destroyed me. Yeah, that guy. Tybee Island just has less head. That's sort of like when someone asks you, you had a headache or something. How's your head? I haven't had any complaints. That's a RuPaul thing. Uh, but you're welcome for that comeback if you haven't heard it before. Um, Tammy's leading the book club. She is. Ditzy doesn't even read the book, but she's already read this one. I guarantee you she doesn't remember a dang thing about it, but she already read it. So we'll see how that goes. Artemis, I don't know when it's happening, but prepare to be deprived of head. You got to stop. You got to stop. Jay Lee, Tybee is an old school beach town. It really is, but charming, very charming. Speaking of head, I'm glad. I'm glad we finally we just ran it right off the rails here. Anyone notice Rich's prominently displayed comb? Yes, this Christmas gift from Ditzy, the bald man's comb with no teeth. It's funny, isn't it funny? Yeah, I hang that right here. I also have two other gifts over here from the retreat bunch that will remain off camera because they're adult. There's another one over here on my uh, windowsill too. Some type of reptile with a shell. I don't know. Artemis, I was intrigued and confused. Yes, this is how much Ditzy, who always wants to lick my head, she decides to gift me the bald man's comb. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment. Melanie says she needs one of those for John. We'll get to Ditzy as a hookup for that. It is funny. It is pretty damn funny. Chocolate Diamonds is laughing. Brandy says she needs one for her husband. Hey, why not? If you can't laugh at it, what can you do, right? Let's see. I think that's about it. I'm going to. Yesterday, like I said, I sort of needed like one of those quiet weekends, so I made a pot roast. That is the best damn tasting pot roast I've ever made. But I'm going to use it in a pot roast cobbler. So pot roast, some vegetables, and then y'all know Cheddar Bay biscuits from Red Lobster. If you don't, they're biscuits with cheddar cheese, and then they're garlicky and salty and buttery. And you mix those up and you pour it on top of it and you bake it. So I'm going to make some of that. I'm going to split it with my neighbor. Going to make that. What else did I make yesterday? Oh, I made focaccia bread out of frozen rolls, frozen rolled dough, not like the cans, but like frozen balls of dough. There you go, Eve. Um, uh, Put them in the slow cooker leave them sit for 2 hours to rise, punch it down a little bit, put your toppings on it. I did some olive oil, Italian seasoning, some tomato paste, and Kalamata and some green olives. And then you cook it on high for an hour. Mine needed a little bit more time, and I actually then popped it in the oven just to brown it up a little bit. And that is, it's pretty damn good. It's it's pretty damn good. Like, I could see continuing to make this different varieties and stuff like that. So, um, Yummy, are you doing a sauce? No, I'm not doing. Uh, I'm not doing a sauce. It is time for me to make sauce, though. I was actually watching. There's this lady on TikTok who does cooking shows. She's Italian, um, and she was using a tomato uh, puree that I've seen before. I've never used. I have my go-to brand, um, but I'm going to try her mix now. But I need to make my sauce and get it in the freezer. Um, Pot roast sounds really good right now. I just made you hungry. Sorry, Eve. He said balls, dough balls, oily balls. No, Eve. He said doughy balls. You're all obsessed. Need a picture of that plate. Oh, the roast, the recipe. I will. It's from this guy on TikTok. He does like really good, easy recipes and stuff like that. And it's normally chicken cobbler, but someone wrote in and says, "Couldn't you do that with a pot roast?" He's like, "Yeah, why not?" And he did it, and it just sounded good. So let's see. Hey, Rich, love you. Thanks, Jitsi. Doughy ball is just another word for yeast infection for a man. There's Lee. There he is. Good thing you were specifically, Lee, may have sent doughy balls. What was the pot roast thing? Pot roast cobbler, aka chicken cobbler. It's the Barefoot Neighbor on TikTok. He also has a website. You could Google Barefoot Neighbor. He has a website and he has a cookbook, if not two. Um, but yeah, I really like some of his stuff. Uh, well, I'll say I like the idea of it because I haven't made any of it yet. This is my first recipe that I'm making for him. Oily balls, grossly. Artemis, are you having the big fear? Yeah, you guys are cracking me up as well. Chocolate diamonds. Artemis was laughing hard while typing. Nice. All right, so we are out an hour and 20. I'm having a pretty damn good time. Oh, I did one more thing I wanted to show you. I did show this on my Wicked chat, but this is worth it. I have the collector's item of all collector's items. So this is a picture of Berta from when she, I'll say, unknowingly popped up on a live that she mistakenly popped up on, and she was eating her pizza, so she's shocked. So I got that screenshot. Then I matched it with Seattle Seahawks green and blue, added what her expression is saying. But here's the best thing. I sent these to Crashly sort of as a joke, but Berta ordered them. She sent them her signature. So I have a whole packet of Berta release papers, but one of them has Berta's signature on it. I will put this in my will. Whoever wants it, let me know. I will leave it to you in my will. I'm gonna put this in some type of protector to cherish that forever. But I am excited that it's. I mean, sort of. I mean, that looks sort of cool. I put that together, but to get it autographed, that's amazing. Um, the big fear is Kermit's brown glowing thong. Yeah. Melanie, I want Berta to autograph mine too. She's in demand. Got to go through her people. Um, Jaylee Lee, Artemis, when you come to stay, you can sleep in the room with Kermit. I love that. Um, Carol says it's priceless. Kermit's situationship, Melanie. Nice. You should frame it and keep it nice and clean. I may do that. I'm going to do something with it. I have to definitely put it into some plastic or something to protect it. But well, I'm having a good time. I could sit here and do this all day, but I'm sure y'all have something to do. And I'm going to go make my pot roast cobbler. Um, but I've thoroughly enjoyed this. I feel much better about it being Sunday and having to go back to work tomorrow. But stay tuned for um, information on the D-Stash auction. Um, and I will probably do another whip and chat at some point during the week and give you an update on my canvases. I got the one for Get Your Weird On, the Kerminator, plus I have my Reagathon going. And yeah, I'll have to come up with some other ideas. Oh, I will reshoot the new to me company, Diamond Arts Emporium on Etsy. I will reshoot that video and have a new to me shop. I don't know if you've purchased from it, but some interesting artwork out there. So I'll reshoot that once. I'll have that for you guys at some point in the near future. And yeah, if you guys want to see something specific or whatever, um, uh, leave a comment on a video or send me a message. Get on the Facebook group. If you don't know, we have a Facebook. I created a Facebook group. It's a little bit easier sometimes if you're on Facebook to like send out messages that way than doing it through the community tab on YouTube. So look up Speaking of Diamonds on Facebook. The most recent Whip and Chat has a link in the description as well. I also, as I'm talking about certain things, I put a list of things that I found on Amazon that I use. In case you ever see anything that I use that looks interesting, you can get that through there. Plus, I have a list of all the small shops that I routinely buy from, and all of those links are there as well. So please give me your thumbs up. Please share the videos. Talk about Speaking of Diamonds. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. I'll have to plan something for 1,000 subscribers. We'll have a party or something. We'll have maybe a nice giveaway or something. I don't know. Yeah, give me a thumbs up. Like, subscribe. If you're watching on a replay, please comment #replay. Just let me know that you're out there. Other than that, I hope you guys have a good week. And remember, with life and diamond painting, there are no rules. So you do you. Thanks, everybody. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.